Hello everyone, welcome to curdweb. Today I have Axure tips and tricks number 10. So here I am going to create interactive slider using repeater, or you can say a range slider using repeater or range slider component in Axure RP. So while creating this component, we can reuse anytime. So here I have an example for range slider where you can see the values are different. So we can assign the different value to the range slider. Here, like mean value is 10 and the max value is 20. So you can assign the value as per your user. So here the mean value is 40 and the max value is 70. The same way here it is different with the decimal. So how to create range slider with the mean, max and the decimal point with the different values. So let's start, let's begin. Know the way to create an repeater and are easy to reuse. So creating a demo page. So first we'll set up so here we require first box and then we'll make it radius. Now just copy this and fill with some color. Disable border. So now border is 0 and this is with the border. So we can keep it like this. But before that, suppose if it is this, so we need one handle here. Now this setup is done. Now we are going to rename it. Before that we'll set up this height. Height setup is done. And this, the radius, which we don't need. Here widget setup is done. Now we need to rename it. So this is track and this is track which is filled. Now this we need to convert in dynamic panel. So why need to convert in dynamic panel? There is one reason. Suppose we select this and we want to give the interaction which is drag, it won't be available here. So for using the drag we need to convert in dynamic panel. Now it is done. So next we'll set up this style. So style effect, mouse over, we can use the same color. And if you want internal shadow, So inner shadow we can set up here. And we will give the name to this handle. So initial setup is done. We have drag and drop the widget, and we have done the naming. Now the next we'll give this handle as a drag interaction. So for giving a drag interaction, we'll select this, and here we'll choose the option as a drag. So here you will get this drag the start date, drag and drop, and drag. So we'll select this drag, and here we'll select the move, because we are going to move this handle. Move, and then we'll select this handle. Here you will get drag 2 by with drag, but we have to select the drag X. Reason, we are moving this towards the X axis. So next is dragging to left and right. So here will be the boundary. So why we need to define this boundary? Well, so if it is not defined, this will be moving towards the X only. Even if you want, you can't wait on a Y. So now we have to define the boundaries for this start and the end of this track. So adding the boundaries, left is greater than here. You have to select the widget, and the widget will be track. So this is the track which is selected here. Now you can name it. So here we have selected the track, and we have given the variable name. So select here track, and it is going to be left, so you can use .left. The same way for the right. So here we'll get right, which is less than or equals, and here you can say the widget track, can give name, or either you can keep it lvr1. So here I'm giving track, insert this local variable, and .left. So suppose if you forgot, you can use here to writing widget right. You need to remove this because we have the local variable here. Track.write. Okay. Now we'll preview. So now this setup is done. So next is this fill is not getting increase or decrease as per the handle move. So we'll set up this. For that, we need to add here set size. So here we'll set the size for track fill. So here you will get this track fill size which we have to set for the width. So for this we need again track. So here visit and then select the track. Now we have to show like track is moving as per user is moving the handle and our complete track. So for that we'll take the X value and subtract the track X value. So here we'll take the track which is local variable here and dot X. So user is moving the handle and subtracting with the entire track. So this width will calculate it accordingly. Now the height. So here you can say Target.height. So it is done. Now OK and we'll preview. So you can see here it is done. So the next is the values. So for value we can define in a different manners like dynamic panel or a repeater. So using a repeater is plus point we can use and we no need to write again and again values. So in a repeater data table we can just enter the value and it will work. Or either if we want to use this component more than one time, so we can use it as I shown in example. So now we are going to convert this in repeater. So we'll drag and drop the repeater. So here is repeater and we are taking this or just cut and delete this, paste it here, can say 0 by 0. So now here it is. So next is we have to show the value while it is moving, while handle is moving from left to right, what is the value. So for that we need one box where we can show the value and we can keep this box beside or above. So if you want to keep it above, so set up like this and remove the border. We will name as value. Next is required mean. So set up a mean value, max value, and then the decimal if it is required. In some of the cases we need to show the decimal, means like 22 point something, some exact value. So in that scenario we can use this decimal. Now we can define the values. So set text value, and here we can assign this. Okay, so we didn't make the column for value. So here we'll take this Item.value. Now done. So next setup. Next we are going to calculate the values. So before that we are going to define the mean value. So suppose mean value is 0 and max value is 30. Mean value is 50 and max value is 100. Again mean value is 20 and max value is 70. So next decimal, if you want to keep the decimal precision 2, okay, now 0, and we can take 0. So next here, so while moving the handle we are setting the text, so it is little tricky but we can do it here. So here we'll set text on value, and we have to write some formula. So how to write the formula and how to create the formula, this is little tricky. We'll see here. So how we can do that. So first we'll assign all the values. We'll call all the local variable here. We'll add. So what all widgets are required here? Like first we need a track, and we have to select the widget. We can say track. Next is handle. So select here handle, and name it handle. So here we have the two things, handle and track. Now we are going to assign the minimum value first. So Item.MinValue, and we are going to write add. So some some of the code while we are performing the addition or a multiple kind of like subtraction or multiplication, we need a parenthesis. So we will add this in this bracket, and here Item.MinValue will add Handle.left. So for that, we are going to write here handle. So handle we have added here in local variable. So we'll call it Handle.left. So you can directly write or you can select from here. So while selecting, it will come with this, but we have already defined this. So we can remove this Handle.left. Now we are going to subtract this Handle.left with Track.left. Next, we are going to divide the track width, means the total track width. So here again we'll add this track dot width. So it is, you can see here, so track dot width, and then you can minus this with handle dot width. So here we select this width, and instead of this we'll select the handle. Now we are going to multiply the division which we get with item dot max value minus item dot mean value. Now we have to define the decimal point. So for that we say to fixed. So instead of this LBR and this decimal, so this decimal we have defined already. So after adding this, we'll check once item mean value plus handle.left track.left. So we'll divide this. For division we need parenthesis track.width handle.width going to multiply with item max value minus item mean value. So here we are going to end this function. So we'll close this and then toFixed Item.Decimal. Now okay, it's done. So we'll preview. Okay, so we need to give some space. So for that we'll come to this, and here can say row, and we can add some space. So here suppose we'll keep here then so here in preview the values are coming. So in this we have given max value 70 and mean value 20, so it is coming fine. And here also mean value 50 and max value 100, it is also. And then this is a decimal which is till 30, it is given. So while loading this range slider, it is not showing the value. So for that we'll just take this 18.63, 81 and 51. So this value we are going to paste it there in repeated value. (81) and 51. Now when we preview, it will change the value, and while it is loaded, the value will be there. So I'm going to add this formula, and overall it is a very easy trick to create this. So all interactions over here in a drag, and we are setting the text. So now if we want to use this range slider, we can use any of the place, and if we require just one, we can use a single one. And the next, if we want to change the color, we can do it here. And this interaction also we can change through the style effect. If you want to add more circle over here to look like a button, it is very simple. Just we need just to copy this and make it small, and we can add it here. Then give some effect, we have this effect here, and this value, if you want on a top, you can add it on a top. So how is the trick, and how is the entire range slider from step 1 till the repeater? Please add your comment, and I will come again with next trick. See ya.